Hey everyone, I'm Charlie. I'm with SeaGate Marine Sales. We're the new Crevalle boats dealer in Stuart, Florida. Today we're going to walk you through this brand new 2026 Crevalle 26 HCO. All right, we're going to start you here at the back of the boat. First of all, this boat's powered by a Mercury 400 Verado V10. They've got that rigged to a Seastar 6-inch jackplate standard on this boat. Next to that, you'll see dual 10-foot power pole blade series. Those have a matte black finish. Moving just forward to that, standard on the boat are dual swim platforms. Port side has an integrated boarding ladder to it. Right in front of the starboard side swim ladder or swim platform, there's an auxiliary stereo remote there. It's very convenient if you do a lot of sandbar and you spend a lot of time in the water around the boat. If you needed to adjust the volume, switch a song, turn it off, that kind of thing. Very convenient. That way you don't have to keep getting up and down from in and out of the boat to adjust the stereo. Just forward of that, it's a two-step up from the swim platforms to the aft casting deck here. We have dual live wells. These are standard on the boat. There is forward live well as well. That's standard. Dedicated spot right here to stow your standpipe. In the center here, you'll have a flip-up bench seat. Very comfortable, sits too wide, flips up here, folds down flush for a flat deck. There's a little release latch under here with dual gas shocks to help hold that up. You can fold this up whether the backrest is folded down, that'll fold up, or if the backrest is like this, you can access under here. 65 quart Yeti, fits perfectly here. You pop that out, there is a access plate there for you to get to the bilge. Really clean bilge. We'll show you some of the wiring here later to show you how Crevalle's proud on their rigging. Simple, locks back down, and this will stow like so. Just forward of your casting deck here, we have a custom fiberglass leaning post. I love the leaning post. It's positioned a good amount in front of this deck here. You have plenty of space, to walk around the boat, fish the boat back here and all. Countertop up top, basically nice prep area. You do have cutting boards that are removable here, so nice cutting surfaces. I personally am a fan of when these are removed. If you're rigging baits, prepping anything, you can set stuff here and you still have this lip, prevent stuff from sliding off, if you're trolling or, whatever you're rigging here, at the prep area. Standard on the boat's gonna be a freshwater system, so you do have a sink here. This does pull out as well. So full freshwater sink, 2 cup holders. That sink does drain overboard. Below here, we've got 3 storage boxes. Standard, these 2 will come with tackle organizers, and this is just an additional storage box as well. Nice cooler slide for a 65 quart Yeti. Nice thing about this slide compared to a lot of other ones we've seen on the markets is it's a nice, smooth, easy one-hand slide. So one hand, it'll open. We do have this loaded, with some ice, some drinks in here. So even when it is heavy with ice, it's still a one-hand operation. To go push it back in, simple. So really nice here. Above this prep area, we've got 4 rocket launcher rod holders. In addition to that, you'll have 6 rod holders above. There's a total of 22 rod holders on the boat. That includes your gunnel rod holders along with these rocket launchers on the backside of the leaning post and the T-top. In addition to that, there's a total of 12 cup holders that are standard. 2 here, 4 cup holder, rod holder combos at the bow of the boat, multiple, at the helm, and you'll see that as we continue to walk through the boat. So transitioning from the back to the front side of the leaning post, this is Crevalle's standard helm chair arrangement. It's a 2-wide, high back helm chair. It's really comfortable. Flip down bolsters on each, basically the captain and co-captain get that. Cup holders here in the middle. There's 2 here in this middle armrest. Armrest for the co-captain and the main captain here. Like I said, this is the standard helm chair that you get with the boat. This particular upholstery that we have is their monotone gray with diamond stitching upholstery. They also offer 2 different other upholstery configurations or colors from the factory. That's going to be a tan, also a pure white. Down below the Helm chairs, we do have even more storage. The one thing you'll notice on this boat is that there is really no lack of storage. So you'll have 3 additional storage boxes here. This is in addition, obviously, to what's on the back side of the leaning post. So standard on the boat will be your Helm pad below. This is a thicker, marine matting than what is, a standard marine mat that you would put throughout the rest of the boat. Really comfortable to stand on when you're running. Also the 2 kick plates here. Crevalle does that as, a standard feature on the boat. We'll move from there to your console here. So I'll walk you through a couple standards, also what is optional on the boat. First and foremost, the Helm wheel here. This is standard. It's a custom paracorded Gemlux wheel with the Crevalle logo, etched into this knob here. Really nice wheel. Obviously, it's really comfortable, easy on your hands. Right below that, for your SeaStar jack plate, you have a Pro Trim control right here at the helm. Much easier controlling your jack plate here rather from a switch that's on the console somewhere. Top of the console, standard, is going to be another marine mat, kind of catch-all, little tray style here. Of course, for phones, wallets, keys, anything you need to throw up here. They do integrate drains into here. That way, water doesn't puddle. Got my phone sitting right here on a wireless charger standard up top on the boat. Below we have a complete custom dash here. So it's an acrylic, trim with 2 flush mounted Garmins. Nice glass helm look, really simple, not very cluttered. Standard on the boat is going to be a single 12-inch Garmin display or a Simrad. So whether you want to, Simrad on the boat or Garmin, they leave that up to you. But standard, regardless, will be a single 12-inch display. We option this boat with an additional 12-inch here on the side. Fusion stereo on this boat, along with a complete JL Audio sound system package. So that's going to be your speakers, your amplifier, and your subwoofer that's on the boat. You'll see the speakers throughout the boat are going to be all black, so that's going to match our kind of blackout package we did with the boat. Moving on from that, simple Mercury Marine control here, key switch, right next to the Mercury binnacle. This knob right here is for your trim tabs. So we have SeaStar's trim tabs on the boat. This was actually my first day I got the opportunity to run these. I thought it was great. The controller is really easy. It's essentially turning back and forth versus the push buttons that a lot of people are accustomed to. So I like those a lot today. Below here by my knees are going to be the Garmin VHF. So remote mic, also with the speaker here. I'll talk about the trolling motor here in a little bit, but this is going to be your power pole remote control. So what's nice about having power poles in the back of the boat along with a power pole move trolling motor up front is that everything's on one controller now. So I can control the power poles with this, the trolling motor, do anchor lock, put the poles down, anchor here at the sandbar like how we are, all through one remote that's on a lanyard. It also comes with this mount that's here on the console. It just mounts in like so, and what's nice about that is that's also a wireless charger for the remote. So when the remote is mounted here, it's consistently getting charged. Crevalle is very well known for having oversized hardtops for the size boats that they make. So you get so much more shade than what you see on a lot of other center consoles of the same size. So nice, big, rugged hardtops. You can't really see this here, but on top of the hardtops, whether it's their 24, 26, or 33-foot boat models, they do have an integrated drain channel. So when it does rain or you're washing the boat, water gets up top, it doesn't just pour off the sides and everything. It actually has an integrated drain that'll drain out the back corners here or the front corners. Already molded into the hardtop are going to be dedicated places for you to mount outriggers if you chose to do outriggers on the boat. Obviously pretty simple. Speaker pods here in the back for your T-top speakers. And then also above head, we're going to have some courtesy lighting, which you'll see here. And then you'll have forward and aft spreader lights. Those are of course standard on the boat. All that lighting is standard on the boat, the T-top and hardtop standard. And then along with this 3-sided glass windshield. So standard on the boat too is going to be their battery switch. It's essentially an upgraded form of a traditional battery switch. So you can step on the boat to turn on your batteries. You're just going to come to the dash, press this power button right here. Your battery switches are going to go ahead and turn on. Garmin display is just lit up. So it's a nice convenient battery switching system rather than climbing down in a console or going down in a hatch or something like that to turn on your batteries. So essentially, it's as simple as stepping on the boat, press of a button, everything on the boat now has power. Next up here, moving forward, I'll talk about the gunnels a little bit. On both sides, port and starboard, you do have under gunnel storage, whether it's for rods. I personally like putting a boat brush, you know, underneath there, or a gaff, so nice storage under the both gunnels here. Back here in the corner and up forward, we do have these kingpin quick release fender holders. You know, stainless steel holders, they're real seamless, they look really nice. Keep the gunnels clean, you don't end up, you know, using up a cleat for your fender. Instead, kind of moving up through here, we do have 2 storage boxes. These are real nice, whether it's for, you know, safety kits, cleaning supplies, you know, anything you like to get out of the way under the gunnel, you know, taking up some nice unused space on the boat. And as we wrap around here, we do have kind of a nice 2-seat, you know, jump seat right here at the backrest on the console, cushion below. This is our 3rd live well. This is standard on the boat, so we've got that pumping right now. One last note on the live well, and this applies to all 3 of them. So the pumps on the live well, they're all 1,100 gallon per hour, you know, live well pumps. They also are all 3 equipped with recirc pumps. So they're 800 gallon per hour recirc pumps. So in the event, you know, let's say you ran offshore, you wanted to get baits, a lot of clean water, and then you wanted to run way up, you know, way inshore or something like that where the water is definitely not as clean and you wanted to keep the baits nice and healthy, you can shut off a live well pump, run the recirc pump, and recirculate all the, you know, all the clean water that you have, you know, from catching baits, you know, offshore. Just in front of our console here in deck, this is where we will stow or place our trolling motor batteries. So your 3 trolling motor batteries, trolling motor battery charger, you know, they're down here out of the way. All boats will come with a 5-gallon bucket, you know, a Crevalle bucket. I personally have my cast net in here. There's 2 chocks in there that hold that bucket in place. Moving up to the bow of the boat, standard cushion package with Crevalle. So all the cushions you see on the boat, like I said, those are standard. Really nice diamond stitching they do on here. And like I said before, this is their monotone gray. Super comfortable up here. You know, you have 2 lounges, you know, basically port and starboard. They place their cup holders really in a great location for lounging. That way they're kind of right at your fingertips. All the cushions are of course removable. One little feature that Crevalle does with these backrests, so they just pop out of the gunnel there. They just have a simple mount. And when you do pop them out, of course they are very comfortable, you know, lounging forward, but it also is nice that you even can spin them around and pop them in here. And it's very functional, you know, to turn these backrests around just for hanging out. So kind of a nice double feature there with the bow backrests. All right, so we'll talk about, you know, essentially the bow storage area and the casting deck here. We took all the cushions off so you could see everything. Both port and starboard, you know, you have massive storage boxes here. On the starboard side, we do have, you know, a rod locker, so you can hang rods in here. I had a couple rods in here earlier just to give you an idea. You easily can fit 7.5 foot, you know, spinning rods in here. I did have room, you know, even to put a little bit of a longer rod in there, but on starboard side here, there's 5 rod hangers, you know, with rod tubes that go up. It's also optional to get, you know, another set of those on the port side. The port side here, we just have as storage, so you have a massive storage box here on the port. In the center here, this of course opens up and this adds to the storage you have up in the bow. This hatch actually connects, creating a huge L here, so massive storage box you have there. So 2 step up, you know, nice easy step up on the casting deck. An additional storage hatch. This one's nice and deep. Just to give you an idea, you'll easily be able to fit another 5-gallon bucket in here. Close that up. Standard, of course, an anchor locker, and then we've got a power pole move trolling motor mounted up here on the boat. So again, a nice big casting deck up here. You of course can see me up here. Definitely a big enough casting deck to at least fish 2 people. You know, even a third if you need to. So that, or, you know, let's say I needed to wind up and throw a casting off the boat. You know, there's plenty of room up here for me to do so. Thanks for taking some time to let us walk you through this new Crevalle 26 HCO. If you're in East Central or Southeast Florida and you're interested in learning more about whether it's the 26, 24, or 33 foot Crevalle boat models, we're your dealer here in Southeast Florida, located in Stuart.